But the coin I added to the portfolio today is called vEmpire.
And they are the largest decentralized metaverse investment organization in the world.
Hello, everybody, and what a lovely day it is. Let you kick off, and I'll do some button tapping in the background. You know what comes after Roby and Qcoin? When Binance. Oh, I think I just got cut in half then. Hello, everybody. What a day it is, but not necessarily for the right reason. Same as last time. I think that was when we listed on Qcoin when I last said that. I was thinking of starting the stream just like with my head in my hands like this. But then I thought I didn't want to cause FUD. But we actually have a double Bald CEO show today. Not because it's twice as long or twice as good, but just two bald CEOs. So a lot of people will know Hebys as one of my advisory companies. So I'd like to welcome to the stage our co-bald CEO. Hello.
Hello.
First time having a fellow bald CEO on. So very, very blessed today. Every cloud has a silver lining. How are you?
Yeah, I'm shining also, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a good moisturize last night after I'd shaved, so it's about the only benefit that I've had today. But yeah, why don't you just introduce yourself for those who aren't familiar with Hebys and yourself?
This is Mustafa. Actually, I'm a computer engineer, and my background is generally on the financial technologies, and I have been working in IT sector for almost 20 years, and most of them is generally in the banks. And lastly, just before my own company, I was working as the head of the R&D departments. So just as start, that's me.
Good stuff. Yeah, so I think, when was it that we first started speaking? Was it back, was it before Christmas or was it after? Can't remember.
I think it was just before the Christmas, though.
God, seems like forever ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, the time is passing so fast.
No. Well, today seems to be going on, but every other day.
Yeah, it's a bloody day.
In the streets. But I think what first attracted me to Hebys was the aggregation of NFT data into a well-used search engine. But before I describe your own platform for you or get anything wrong, I'll let you introduce the audience to sort of some of the unique selling points, why you started, and exactly what the vision is.
I have my own software company already just before the Hebys. So we have been working in blockchain technologies for almost more than 7 years. And 1 year ago, Dom, we have decided to switch the side of the blockchain, which means that we were on the development side for the customers. But about 1 year ago, I decided that we should be on the side of the platform ownership. And instead of the cryptocurrencies, such as an exchange, I had in my mind that we must be on the NFT side, because NFTs, non-fungible tokens, has much more potential than the cryptocurrencies to touch the use cases of the real life, because it does not change only the unique ownership of some items, but it's gonna change the way we possess any item. It could be a physical or a digital one. no matter what it is. When all the governments and all the corporates will get aware of the potential, every use case generally will rely on the NFT. So that's why I had a plan to be on the NFT space. And at those times, the marketplaces were so popular, but still, maybe just a few ones were popular, including, of course, the Opensea Rateable and Foundation, but not much more that exist at that time. But still, 1 year ago, I was looking for a much more unique platform. So that's how we come up with the search engine idea, because we all, you and me and my team, are collecting NFTs. So we are collectors also. So we can see that what's the deficits and the requirements of the space. So there is no, except us, no Google of the space. So if you want to find something, you have to go to OpenSea or a related one, but they are generally focused on Ethereum. There is no a multi-chain search engine. So you can just type as you do in Google and find anything related to, let's say, Dominic or Mustafa. So that's how we come up with the idea. But still, at that time, we have seen that it's a big problem, and it needed a huge development effort. So that's why still there is no competitor naming itself a search engine.
Enough. You've been careful with who you specify, but I do actually think that there are a lot. I think because people think of NFTs as Bored Apes or as art or just images, I think that people have not yet attached the utility and use cases behind just what crypto is, and because of what blockchain is, a provable data that it's owned. So NFTs can be even like medical prescriptions, or like the proof of, and not allowing for forgeries of anything. People can collect stamps for no reason other than they're collectible, but you can age a bit of paper, you can fake stamp, you can even fake Leonardo da Vinci painting, but an NFT you cannot. And even if it's like a false prescription for a doctor. So I think that at present people are attaching it specifically to just PFPs, profile pictures, and they don't quite understand that any sort of data or product where you do need authenticity, that can have applications within blockchain and NFTs. So it's definitely an area that people have not quite realized can have so much more market share outside of, because a marketplace and a search engine is, it isn't just for, I'd like a new profile picture, what will I type in? Bald CEO, me and you show up. Steals our identities. But yeah, I think the utilities beyond that are still soon to be recognized. So adoption will continue. Speaking of cross-chain, I believe you're planning on having 5. I don't know if it's changed since then, but when we were originally speaking, it was definitely multi-chain on EVMs.
Yeah. Generally, we integrated the EVM compatible ones. And as of now, the 5 major blockchains are already integrated, which are Ethereum, Polygon, Phantom, Binance Smart Chain, and Avalanche. And if I'm not wrong, more than 25 million NFTs which are the live and from the mainnet chains are already indexed and searchable in our system. We have a test environment now done, and at the end of the May, we will be launching the search engine and also the marketplace. That's how we plan. So it's been more than 1 year since we started the project as an idea, and now I feel that finally I feel that we are sometimes obsessed with the features, with the all we provide to the users. So we want to be sure everything is correct and everything and the competitive features is done for us. So I can feel that confidence. So we can launch when we launch the products. Everyone will love it.
Yeah. See, what I find frustrating sometimes in crypto, and I think it's a perfect example of your team. It's also another example is one of my other advisory companies called Arena Masters. They come from a game studio background, so they know their development skills extremely well, just like yourself coming from a software engineering background. And I sometimes find it frustrating. I don't know, maybe I'm just a easily irritated person. It doesn't sound like me at all, does it?
We love you. We love you.
But I think that it's sometimes I find it frustrating when I see protocols which don't have any sort of technical capacity just absolutely fly by on just there's a word for it, but let's say good marketing rather than bullshit. So I definitely I like the fact that you guys actually come from a background where you have proof that you can build product. You don't just have a good idea or concept, and when you launch the token, you will have a MVP, minimum viable product. Remind me afterwards to make sure that I'm sending out the links to anything. But you mentioned about end of May for potentially going live. What does that look like in terms of what exactly will be accessible? Will people be able to sort of go through onto other platforms and purchase, or will they be able to purchase through you? How does that look for MVP stage?
Actually, Hebys is not a search engine. It's now an NFT platform, which includes a search engine and marketplace, and also an NFT launchpad, and more will be on the platform, such as an B2B API layer. So any NFT project can use our API layer to fetch millions of data related to NFTs and multi-chain data. So instead of starting from scratch, they will have a bunch of data and items, collections, whatever it is. So at the end of the May, the people can expect that they can search any collection and or NFTs items in 5 major blockchains. We will be expanding them in time, and they can list and view at 360 degrees about that specific collection and NFTs, about all historic data of prices, let's say, the owners, transfer data, any activity related to that NFT, the collection data, social media data, let's say, the floor prices, all-time highs, and also which marketplaces list them, and what's the current price, so they can have a total view about that specific NFT. You know, you can list that specific NFT on also on Opensea and Rateable, and the prices can vary. So you can weave it on the same page, and you can jump to another marketplace over there. And we have a search to earn mechanism. If you're gonna first visit Hebys, search whatever you look for, and then if you jump to another marketplace, we tell you that if you buy that specific NFT on that marketplace, come back, we will give you some rewards, because we place the Hebys project not a competitor to any other marketplace or the other NFT actors, but we are the partners to any NFT space actor, let's say. So we want to flourish all the space all together. And beside that, of course, you can mint any NFT on our platform. You can list, put on sale or put on auction your NFTs, launch a new collection. So, and also we have some unique and cutting edge features, such as if you are an NFT collector, you are always tracking the new blue chips down. So it's hard to estimate which one is gonna be the next blue chip, which we call the potential mooner in our terminology. So yeah, we have a special analytics for the collections, which includes some parameters to calculate a score. And that score includes also the mutual holders of that collection and the other well-known collections. So you can see that, let's say some Bored Ape Yacht owners also has that specific collection. So you can see the list. So you can you can see the score, and you can decide, okay, this is the next blue chip. It has the potential.
Good stuff. Actually, that's one thing I particularly like, is the fact that in terms of driving with the search to earn feature, and with the fact that you aren't trying to, all of these tokens that come out like Lux or like X2Y2, they're, coming out and trying to be the OpenSea killer, which is always such a big statement to make. But with the Hebys token, you are looking to work with NFT platforms. So you'd be collaborating with OpenSea, with X2Y2, with Lux, Rarible, etc. And alongside that, if you are getting rewarded to search for an NFT on Hebys before you go to one of these other platforms, why would you not do it every time? There's no, it's like, an extra 30 seconds, and then you'll get paid for that time. I'm not sure about everyone else's hourly rate, but I'll certainly be doing that 30 seconds of time before going on to, buy any sort of NFT. I don't see any reason why people wouldn't look to do that. And that obviously drives website traffic, and the sort of monetization and utilities for the token that can be derived from around having that much traffic going through the site, obviously adds crazy utility. And speaking of token, one thing that everyone's going to be wanting to know is when token.
Yeah, I hope so. In 2 months, we will be publicly selling the token. We are now in the seed round. We have some really some big companies already invested in our platform. Now I cannot name it, sorry, but they will be announced publicly in a few, let's say, maybe next month when we launch it. But they are really big from the US, from the Japan, from the UK, and they are big names from the sectors of exchanges, gaming industry, and I think it will be a good call to invest in Hebys.
Not financial advice, of course.
Yeah, as always.
I was wondering before I move on to a few questions that we've had in the comments section, if there was anything else that you wanted to cover that I haven't asked, or that you thought of. You gone on mute.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we haven't covered yet that you wanted to mention?
Okay. What else can we cover? Maybe just we have mentioned, but the one of the unique features, as you know, it's a multi-chain marketplace and search engine, and also we have to lower the gas fees and minimize them. We have lazy minting features also, and we are already partners with the Graph team, and also we have a partnership with the Etherscan team. They have a new product, which is an instant messaging application, wallet to wallet instant messaging, and
it's BlockScan is what it's called, isn't it?
Yep, definitely. The company is BlockScan, and Etherscan belongs to them, right? And it's another unique feature, so you can chat with the owner of the NFTs. So it's another thing we need. So I can negotiate maybe with the NFT owner.
Well, saying that, it definitely is useful, because personally, maybe it's just because vEmpire is known in the NFT space, but I often, if I purchase an NFT, whenever I do so, it goes from it's through the vEmpire deployer wallet, so they see who it is, and I often have people then message and offer to sell me an NFT. Or, for example, we own one of the top 250 rarest Bored Apes. We bought it for 63.5 Ethereum. Equivalent ones are going for hundreds now. It's a portrait ape, but the reason why and how I found that was I put down an offer of like 40 Ethereum on it, and the person reached out to me on Instagram and said, I saw your offer. I am looking to sell it, but I'm not happy with the price. And we negotiated from there.
Oh.
So the only reason why he was able to speak is because it said vEmpire. But having that feature, even though it's on Etherscan now, one thing that I think they definitely need to do is have, and you'll probably be able to facilitate this for NFT owners, is it doesn't alert you when you get a message on Etherscan.
Yeah,
but obviously, I presume that you guys will build a front end in for that for users potentially. So that's definitely going to be useful, because I can vouch that it's got me an amazing deal before on a board. Yeah, we do have a few comments from Bear Market 2022 Survivor. Boss, do I remortgage the house and sell the kids to buy Bitcoin? Not Bitcoin, Hebys and VEMP, obviously. Not financial advice. Don't actually mortgage a house. here's one for you. What if Google adds an NFT searching feature? What do you think?
Yeah, it's another concern, but not to us, because even if they put NFT search, it doesn't matter because we focus on NFT search. You can still search for NFTs on Google, but it doesn't matter because they only will provide you maybe the links, URLs, or some data, but such a wide data will be available to us because how do we collect data? We have several sources though. The first one from the chains. When you mint an NFT, there are two separate data related to that NFT. The first one is on the chain. The second one is on the off-chain side. The on-chain side is public. So if you scan the blocks of any chain, you can find them, no problem. But the other side is on a really distributed data sources on servers on Google, Amazon, or some APIs that the marketplaces provide you. Since that, you have to integrate to several data sources to have a complete view. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Google invests on that. But since we are at least 1 year ahead of them, and we are focused on NFT search engine, we hope everyone will know about Hebys, and the first point to visit will be the Hebys for any NFT space collectors or creators, let's say. And maybe one day Google wanna buy us, who knows, acquire us.
Yeah, they like to do that rather than do the work themselves. Usually they let someone else do it, like Facebook with Instagram.
Yeah, Opensea acquired Gem. They were in beta, and they were just an aggregator. And OpenSea paid, I think, $120 million to buy Gem, and Gem was only supports Ethereum. They are a good project, but still a limited one, and they were in beta version. So
fair enough. So if anyone from Google's watching, there you go. Actually, I don't want to say that. Otherwise, people, before your token even manages to launch, you'll get snapped up. So Google can scram. Oh, here we are. We got another question. I want to say to everyone, make sure you are commenting your questions into the comments section, whether that's LinkedIn or YouTube. So how many years will it take for society to utilize cryptocurrency as a form of payment, as opposed to utilizing cryptocurrency as hedge against inflation or a way to get a better return for their fiat currency? I guess that's quite a generalized question. I'm not sure if that's for sort of both of us. Personally, crypto and blockchain isn't necessarily just a form of, I know it's easy to call it cryptocurrency, which implies it's just an exchange of buyers and sellers. But the applications are a lot more than that. I would say that in terms of cryptocurrencies themselves, we know for a fact that we've got central banks already looking into blockchain stablecoins. We've got the digital yuan already in China, which is built on the blockchain. So it's already getting applications. So we can see by the current market that the inflation data today went and came out higher than expected, which is what has caused the big crash in the market. So it isn't necessarily doing a good job as hedging against inflation at the moment. If you bought Bitcoin at 69,000 your hedge against inflation would be minus 50. But this is where sort of concepts get tested, really. You know, where you have Bitcoin that does and always has been called digital gold, right now is the chance for it to show. I mean, the problem is that cryptocurrency, yes, Bitcoin is an inflation hedge because it's got a cap supply deflationary. It's also still a risk-on asset. When people are bullish, they buy crypto because they think it's going to go up and everyone's feeling positive. And when that risk wants to be taken off, and you've got stocks, you've got commodities, you've got crypto, which one are you going to look to reduce exposure to in a risk-off environment? It's going to be crypto as well. So I do believe that crypto will serve its purpose as an inflation hedge soon. But I think that at present, the whole market, stock market, commodities are pulling back. And so it's not currently being the sort of inflation hedge that it should be. But I think it will decouple soon. I think that this is a one big flush down. Let's see if 28K holds. But yeah, we got one for you here as well. We've got, so you may have touched on it, but does Hebys plan to bridge to other blockchains as well? I see ETH, BSC, and AVAX for now. I know Solana is trying to make it big in NFTs.
Yeah, surely. Now, technically, to integrate to EVM compatible ones is easier because already we have developed it for that. But Solana has totally a different infrastructure. So it takes time. But the next one will be definitely Solana. And we are in contact with the Flow team also. So, yes.
Yeah, I always say whenever anyone asks, because we just finished developing a Star Atlas staking pool for the vEmpire staking platform, and that is on Solana, and it's almost it's just so annoying. As in, like, the language, like, yes, you've got, for those who aren't aware, you've got EVM, which is Ethereum Virtual Machine, and that coding language is Solidity, and Solana is entirely different. It's called Rust. And the problem is because you've got such demand for Rust developers, because nobody knows the language, they're able to charge like footballers' salaries. And because they're able to charge footballers' salaries, they don't publish the contracts open source. Because if everyone can do it, then everyone can charge money for it. And then the more people that can do it, the less that they can charge because it's now up. So Solana's being somewhat held back by their own development in that people aren't publishing open source because it's not in their financial interest to do so. But yes, it is. More developers are coming, obviously, as Solana develops. So hopefully when the costs come down as well, you'll start to get more and more adoption. But at the moment, sort of the blockchain itself keeps on having a couple of breakdowns, and the development is in this sort of vicious circle of, cost, then not as many developers, not open source. Eventually it'll break out of that, and, Rust will become, just as commonplace as Solidity, maybe. But yeah, at present, that is sort of why Solana is always everyone sort of a want rather than immediate one. But let me take a scroll. Apparently, if you rub our heads 3 times, we can grant wishes. That was from Bear Market 2022 Survivor as well. At present, see, whenever I and I say this every time, as soon as I start wrapping up and I say we've come to the end of the questions, somebody submits one. So now I'm waiting to see if my self-fulfilling prophecy will come correct. There we go. Got one. Told you every time. Here we are. So, as 2 key decision makers within the crypto blockchain space, any advice for beginners trying to get into a professional environment but not a tech whiz? As I am not a tech whiz, so I'm not a technical. For for some reason, in blockchain, all crypto project owners are called developers. They're called devs. People call them devs. I get called a dev. I'm not a dev. I can't code. I can't do Solidity. I can't do Rust. I just like to think of strange things. That's basically how my brain works. I just think of new concepts and I try and put them on paper, and I try and make actual developers and development teams like Mustafa or my current development team. I tell them what's in my brain, and then they tell me what the limitations of smart contracts are and how I can do that. And then between us, we come and we find out. But yeah, I think it's mainly about making sure that you have thought of a new idea and an idea with utility, because it's easy to launch a token, but it's hard to justify why you've launched a token because it has to have utility. But yeah, anything that you can offer from a tech background if someone's not a tech whiz?
Let me say about the overall blockchain sector. It's still a baby. So there are too many opportunities. Just pick one of them. Not on the investment side, but there are too many opportunities out there. When I look at that, I simply see that from the traditional market, traditional business, let's say, businessman still has hesitation to go into the blockchain sector. That's an opportunity because the blockchain space needs them also. If we can make an adoption, because let's say what Dom mentioned about our capability of completing a project to the end, still the blockchain space needs that kind of teams. So if you are one of them, whatever you do in your real life, in your daily life, just use your strength, your talent in blockchain, and you will be in favor. I'm sure about that.
God, we're going to get called up to do a TED talk soon with that sort of inspirational speech. We do have one more from Jeff, who would like to hear, in your words, if you think Hebys furthers the cause of decentralization, and if you do think it does, how? In a succinct manner.
I don't know what is succinct means, but
this means briefly, I think.
Okay. So eventually, we want to transform into a decentralized organization. DAO.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it will help out this decentralization of the space. But we are gonna see, because we are not sure about how we can succeed in that. If we can become a totally decentralized organization or not, we are not sure about that, because still the DAO part has the way to go. There are not accepted DEXs, decentralized exchanges, let's say. It's arguable, no problem, but still there is no a total success about the DAOs. So we will see, but we hopefully will put on that.
Yeah, I think a lot of times and DAOs are argued about what is a DAO. Does it have to be 100% decentralized, or is a DAO just giving people a say? And people will always argue about it. I don't think there's no. Yeah, I don't think anyone can claim there's only one protocol I know that can claim to be fully autonomous. But again, with that comes drawbacks about, you know, who are the decision makers. So yeah, I think hopefully people will stop arguing about sort of what constitutes a DAO, or it will become a bit more clear. But I guess the question would probably be, you know, does Hebys plan on, you know, giving its users a good say in how the protocols run? And I'm sure definitely yes is the answer to that. It's just depends on what a definition of what the person and the individual defines as a DAO. But I think that you have definitely stated to me your intention to.
Yes, definitely. To be clear, as you said, we have to plan for the users to interact more and be the decision makers of the platform. So yes.
See, that was a succinct answer.
Okay, I got that idea.
Now you know for next time. But let's see. That's yeah. There we go. That is everything. And if somebody asks a question too late now, tough. I'm not going to take it. Thanks so much for joining us. Very excited for the MVP launch. Fingers crossed, end of this month. I won't hold you to it because I know how much grief I get if I'm late to deliver. So yeah, looking forward to that. We'll keep you updated with the launch of the token as well. But yeah, thanks so much for joining. Definitely a really good session, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks for your time. See you later, everyone.
Bye, everyone.